Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Whenever you're watching this, thank you for tuning in. Saturday, May 18th, the world will be watching as Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk battle it out for the undisputed heavyweight world titles, WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF titles on the line. As the first undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis in 1999 will be crowned. And I've tried recording this video a couple times. I keep getting sidetracked, keep ranting, but I'll try to keep it down, but forgive me if I get a little bit sidetracked. So I'm here to give my thoughts, my breakdown, and my analysis on this great fight we have coming our way on Saturday night in Riyadh. First, let's just go over um, some basic wins, notable wins from these two fighters, and some accolades. Um, of course, Alexander Usyk won the undisputed cruiserweight, championship. Not many names are coming to my head right now, but I know Marius Briedis is one name that Usyk beat. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a casual, but he beat Briedis. And of course, a few others to unify all of them. Great, great fighter. Um, Moved up to heavyweight and beat Derek Chisora, which he quite struggled a lot with Chisora, which is interesting. And Fury also has fought Chisora 3 times. The second and the third time were probably a little pointless, but we won't talk about that, will we? Um, he struggled a little bit with Chisora, and that was a big factor a lot of people thought about when Usyk was preparing to fight Anthony Joshua those 2 times in Tottenham and then in Saudi, in Jeddah, I believe. Of course, Anthony Joshua, uh, big win on Usyk's resume. Actually, 2 wins. You know, Usyk a big underdog coming into that fight too, including me. I picked Joshua to beat Usyk in that fight, and I believe a lot of people did too. I thought, okay, maybe Usyk may have some early success here, but as the rounds wear on, Joshua will come on, and he will bring it on and eventually stop Usyk or cruise to a unanimous decision. That's what we thought, but man, it went the opposite way. It seems as Usyk just took Joshua to school all night long, and Joshua couldn't really do anything about it. And then in the rematch, it was a little closer. Definitely thought it was closer. It was a great fight, but in the end, it was a split decision. One judge had it 15-13 Joshua, but I think in reality it should have been about 16-12. Usyk maybe 15-13 if you want to be generous to Joshua, but that's just my opinion. And Usyk um, defends his titles versus Joshua for the second time. So yeah, some notable wins on Usyk's resume include Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua, uh, Derek. I already said Chisora, Briedis, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. Over Dubai, quite a controversial fight. We'll get to that a little later, as I've said. Fury. I mean, when you think of Tyson Fury's career, it's really a rocky story. If you think about it, I mean, who have you seen? You know, the guy almost committed suicide. Um, he was about maybe 370 pounds. He was a chunky boy. But I mean, when you think about a Rocky story, Tyson Fury is probably one of the names that really come to your mind. You know, the guy hit rock bottom after his fight with Vladimir Klitschko when he won unified titles. And of course, there's been rocky moments in his career, like take for example when he was knocked down versus Deontay Wilder in that 12th round. A lot of people were shocked that he got up, and I mean it seemed like he was out. He wasn't gonna get up, but like the Undertaker, the dead man rises. And I mean that fight was ruled a draw, but a lot of people think that Fury won, and I would probably have to agree with you. Yes, some of Fury's notable wins, Dillian White in Wembley, of course, with that uppercut. Man, Dillian White, dude cannot catch a break from the uppercut. He was knocked out by Fury. No, all of his losses have come by uppercut knockout. Fury, Joshua, Povetkin. I feel bad for the guy. Of course, he knocked out Deontay Wilder twice. Also was knocked down by Steve Cunningham, but came back and won that fight. Vladimir Klitschko, we were talking about earlier, dominated Klitschko. And overall, Fury has had a pretty good career. Both of these guys have had a really good career, and that's why they're fighting come Saturday. Yeah, those are just some notable wins. Now, oh, and I'm just going to get sidetracked for a moment. I found out earlier today that we won't even have an undisputed champion for 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks. Because the IBF, Philip Hrgovic has been the IBF mandatory challenger for quite some time. Maybe 2 years now. And in about 2 weeks, the IBF belt, the winner will have to drop their IBF title. And on the Matchroom versus Queensbury 5v5, Dubai and Hrgovic will fight for that IBF belt, which I just think is so messed up. And I mean, neither Fury or Usyk, they don't really get the chance to, fight whoever wins between Hrgovic and Dubai. Because, of course, maybe December we'll see that rematch, but enough of that. Let's get into kind of the breakdowns. You would expect at heavyweight, you would expect Usyk to be kind of like, just kind of try to get on the inside and, get some work in on the outside and get some work in on the inside and try to break him down. But I mean, he boxed beautifully against Anthony Joshua. I mean, of course, he had to dig deep to get that win versus Derek Chisora back in 2020, I believe. Um, and Fury, the guy, has such a long reach. Um, and shut up! Get out! Usyk, if he does win against, I will have a tough time. So it's a very interesting fight. It's a very interesting fight. Both guys' last fights were very controversial. Very controversial. Of course, Fury had that fight with Francis Ngannou, which a lot of people picked Fury to destroy Ngannou, including me. And the dude got dropped. The dude got dropped by Francis Ngannou and went life and death with Ngannou. It was a horrible performance in which a lot of people are overrating Ngannou. I feel like, of course, I feel like he kind of proved that. Um, yeah, he got slumped by Anthony Joshua, but I feel like Fury just undertrained for that one. And then we have Usyk's last fight against Dubois, which a lot of people find that fight very controversial due to Usyk being knocked down due to a quote-unquote low blow, which a lot of people thought were a legal knockdown on the belt. Well, a lot of people thought the shorts were high. I can't. I'm not going to give any thoughts on that, but I thought I messed the recording up, but I'm not going to give any thoughts on that. I don't have a comment. Yeah, both guys had very controversial last fights, and yeah, the fight. I feel like Fury, or what Fury should do. If I was in Fury's corner, I'd be telling him to, of course, Usyk is a lot smaller than Fury, so I'd be saying, hey, clinch him up. And also, Ngannou kind of, where Fury struggled in the Ngannou fight, Usyk needs to prevent Fury from clinching because Ngannou did that and it gave Fury a lot of problems. So if Usyk can just stop the clinch and maybe, I mean, Fury's a big guy. Maybe boom, boom, hey, bang away to the body a little bit. You can maybe tire the big man out. And maybe the doctor won't get put to sleep. But it's just a very interesting fight. I'm very excited for it. If you're gonna ask for my prediction, it's been kind of seesaw for me. It's been kind of seesaw. In this past week I've said Usyk, but now I thought about it a few hours ago. I really try to think about it. I'm picking Fury. I'm picking Tyson Fury. I don't think Usyk's, well, Fury's a big guy. What if he catches Usyk with the same shot that Dubai did to knock him down? If that wasn't a low blow, if it was a fair legal shot. I've seen a lot of people predict that. Fury by liver shot knockout, which I can definitely see happening if Usyk doesn't. Usyk has a very good defense. We've seen that. We've seen that time and time again. If I think Fury is gonna win by unanimous. I think Usyk's gonna make it to the scorecards, but in the end, Fury's gonna win by a unanimous decision. I would say 116, 112, maybe 17, 11. I don't know. It depends. I don't know. It just depends how they fight. Depends how they come out. If Fury can get a hold of Usyk, start roughing him up, clinch him, lean on him, go to the body, Fury can absolutely win. But the thing is, Fury struggled with slick, fast boxers in the past. This is just a great fight, man. You're gonna have to tune in on May 18th to find out who gets it, but my official pick is Tyson Fury by decision. Well, I think that's about it. I apologize if my breakdown was kind of ass, but hey, I'll try my best. Subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you want to hear me talk about some more fights, let me know. Man, I wish Beevil against Better Beef was still on. Honestly, I don't even know who Beevil's fighting anymore. But that's besides the point. Thank you all for tuning in. That's about you got my 2 cents. Fury by decision. Both guys have a very both guys have a path to victory if they fight in the right way and just piece together the right game plan. We're gonna find out who wins, man. Thank you all for tuning in. Leave in the comments whether you want me to run it back. But it's been your boy Ball Clincher 69. I'm out. See ya.